Okay. Hi, this is Iceblu333. Currently, it is February the 19th, 2026, right? My date, these days are getting mixed up for me. Yeah, it's February 19th. So apparently today, just a few hours ago, apparently Prince Andrew was arrested. I did say after this eclipse that a prominent Democratic figure could go down because on February 17th, 2026, there was a new moon solar eclipse. And it was exactly opposite Donald Trump's ascendant, but also it was opposite Bill Clinton's, I believe, his natal son. So apparently he's Prince Andrew has been arrested in regards to some kind of trade secrets or let me pause a second to get the correct terminology. So apparently he shared confidential trade documents while in office because what they're saying is that he basically I think what the news lines or the news titles are saying is that he was pause. So he's going down for basically having misconduct while he was in public office, something like that. Anyway, so it's not due to this arrest is apparently not due to the Epstein situation. However, all I can say is that pretty much today's just the 19th. Tomorrow on the 20th of February, 2026, transit Neptune and transit Saturn will conjoin transit Neptune side of the sky. And so that deals with basically secrets probably getting crystallized and coming to light. And so all I can think of is basically Prince Andrew snitching his ass off. I mean, pretty much. We had the Me Too movement. We've had the Me Too movement, right? All I can do is all I can imagine is seeing this man create his own movement called the Him Too movement. He did it. He did it. Him too. Him too. Him too. Him too. Anyway, because like I said, the astrology for this Epstein situation in regards to Bill Clinton, it does not end until July 20th, 2026. So, let me pause a second. Anyway, who knows? I mean, they might cut Prince Andrew a deal and be like, tell us what else has happened in regards to this Epstein situation, and we might give you a pardon or we might give you immunity. Because apparently the news media does not want Ghislaine Maxwell to get pardoned. So what about Prince Andrew or something like that? Because I don't think there are some suspicious pictures in regards to Prince Andrew, but what actually happened in regards to Prince Andrew? I don't. Yeah, was he with an underage girl or something like that? And I haven't read Virginia DeFray's book, or I haven't even really did any digging in regards to that because I'm burnt out. Just trying to get the astrology for the situation is just crazy. Anyway, so the astrology of the situation. I've already said that the eclipse on the February 17th, it basically was going to take down a big Democratic figure or a big figure, and apparently it was Prince Andrew, and I said it was going to happen within 3 days. But yet we still have tomorrow, which is February the 20th, 2026, and that's when transit Saturn in the sky and Neptune in the sky conjoin. So now the hints that people could have seen or could have paid attention to that may have led to the realization that it was going to be Prince Andrew that was going to be taken down was transit Mercury and its conjunction to Mars. Like I said, all the way back for the dates, I believe ever since October 20th, 2025, when I believe transit Mercury inside the sky and transit Mars in the sky, they conjoined, there's this huge internet outage. But not only that, Prince Andrew, he dropped his Duke of York title. Also, Virginia DeFray, she released a book, I think, on October the 21st, 2025. And some other stuff went down as well, too. Let me get the exact astrological lore so I can just have everything here. Let me pause for a second. Okay, so I found the astrological lore. So, but I'm just thinking about Prince Andrew right now. He's probably like, look, all this stuff started when Hillary Clinton, she tried to run for president. And they released this article or this hit piece in regards to I think it was the article was called the Miami Herald, and basically it was saying that let me just get the exact that lore too. So let me pause. Okay, so no, I was wrong. This article came out all the way back in 2018, before the pandemic, before the 2020 pandemic. So it's called How a Future Trump cabinet member gave serial sex abuser the deal of a lifetime. And so it's an article by Julie K. Brown, and it was posted on November 28th, 2018. And it talks about basically the Miami, Florida's prosecution of Jeffrey Epstein in the years of 2007. And it refers to Alexander Acosta. So, yeah, anyway. So it's like this is all political. And so it's like a political backlash in regards to that situation. Anyway, my overall point though, was that Prince Andrew is probably inside of jail right now, like just looking like, look, I'm not gonna be the only one that goes down. It's him, and it's him too, and it's him too, and it's him too. He's gonna probably have we've had the Me Too movement. He's probably have his own Him Too movement in that prison cell. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, and if not, then that's an idea for the FBI. But I'm pretty sure because I mean, they have leverage now to pretty much get everything they need from this man. Even though right now he's not charged, I don't think, for his involvement in regards to Jeffrey Epstein and the possible allegations of sex trafficking or whatever. He's in jail for I believe like some kind of exposing trade information in regards to the Royal Palace, allegedly or reportedly. Listening to like the very, very few limited videos I've watched so far, I've lost all interest inside of this stuff because I've been living this situation for ever since February 13th, 2025. When you listen to this stuff every day, it's the same thing over and over and over again every day, and you repeat yourself so many times. It's like, but anyway. So I'm just saying that man's probably the type of person says like, look, I'm not gonna be the one that goes down in regards to this. It's him. You wanna know about his person too? You wanna know about him? You wanna? I'll tell you everything. Just give me immunity or some kind of deal. Because I'm not gonna be sending somebody eating doggone a bologna sandwich. Give me my steaks and my potatoes. And I don't know what kind of other foods they eat inside of Britain. Or the UK, I forgot now. Like whatever. I want my English breakfast, my beans and sausages, not a prison sausage. Anyway, so back to the astrology in regards to transit Mercury conjoining transit Mars in the sky. So transit Mercury conjoined transit Mars in the sky on October 20th, 2025, and this is when Prince Andrew he dropped his Duke of York title. Also, Virginia DeFray, she released her book called Nobody's Girl. Also, there was internet outage around this time as well too. And there's one more situation that I forgot about. I don't remember right now. We're moving on. Also around this time, weirdly enough, Danny Williams Clinton, he released his book called The Forgotten Son on November 6th or 8th. And that was during this period of time. The next time transit Mercury conjoined transit Mars in the sky was on November 12th, 2025. And this is around the time that Virginia DeFray, she came back upside of the news in regards to there was some kind of Epstein file that was released, and her name was redacted at first. And it was an email saying that he knew about the girls like that in regards to Donald Trump. And so the Democrats tried to blow this email situation out of hand, or this article, whatever, out of hand. And it came out that pretty much Virginia DeFray. It was a big event in regards to Virginia DeFray and Donald Trump, and it came out to be fake news anyway. So also I think around this time, I think Prince Andrew, he dropped his prince title as well, and I think he also moved out of the palace, the royal palace. But not only that, around this time the government, the United States government, was shut down, and so on this day of November 12th. 2025, or I think a day later on the 13th, Donald Trump he signed the Clean CR bill to reopen the government, even though it closed the loophole in regards to the legalization of marijuana. That's the best way I can say it right now. Also, let's see here. Around this time, Bill Clinton, his progressed moon, it made an aspect to. It opposed his No, I think it made a quincunx to his progressed ascendant. And the last time this happened was the beginnings of his impeachment that happened all the way back on December 26th. What the impeachment happened on December 19th, 2026. But no, yeah. No, Jesus Christ. It's so much information. You see why I'm like, look, I'm burnt out. I'm tired of this Epstein situation. So Bill Clinton's impeachment happened on December 19th, 1998. The astrologer showing inside of his chart on December 26th, 1998. And that's where his progressed moon, I think, made a quincunx to his progressed ascendant. Okay. And so, again, Bill Clinton's progressed moon made an aspect to his progressed ascendant on November 13th, 2026. Let me pause a second to get to just... yeah. Pause. Okay. Keep in mind that also around November the 13th, 2025. It's so much information. But around the date of November 13th, 2025, Donald Trump, okay, well, first, the House, the Senate, and Donald Trump, they all voted on an act called the Epstein Transparency Act, where they voted to basically release all the Epstein files. And so that bill was passed, the Epstein Transparency Act. It was passed on November 19th, 2025. And again, like I said, on November 13th, 2025, that's when Bill Clinton was having the same astrology as the beginning of his impeachment. That again, the astrology was shown all the way back in 1998 on December 26th. Okay, moving on. That was a lot of information. It may not seem like it is, but it's like there's a lot more information. And if you watch my old videos, you know I'm repeating myself. I repeat myself since doggone February 13th, 2025. Anyway, so the next time transit Mercury conjoined transit Mars in the sky was on January 18th, 2026. And that was when it was after Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, they missed their deposition dates in regards to being interviewed in regards to what their relations to Epstein. And so they skipped their depositions, I believe, on the 14th of January. And so 2026. And so I think that also on the same day, on January 14th, 2026, Donald Trump, he had his progressed moon made an aspect to his natal or progressed Saturn, I forgot now. And so that should have been a depressing day for him. Anyway, so on the 16th of January 2026, I think Bill Clinton, his progressed moon made an aspect to, I believe, his nodes or his Pluto, I forgot now. But anyway, he had a progression on that day, and I think around the time James Comer, who was over the processing of this, I believe, Epstein Transparency Act or whatever. He said that he was going to hold a vote in regards to holding the Clintons in contempt of Congress. Anyway, so transit Mercury in the sky will conjoin transit Mars in the sky again on March the 15th, 2026. And around this time, Hillary Clinton, her progressed moon will make an aspect, I believe, to her Pluto, her natal Pluto around this time. Let me pause to make sure. Okay, yes. So yes, it was her progressed moon making an aspect to her natal Pluto. And so that's going to happen on around the same time that transit Mercury in the sky will conjoin transit Mars in the sky. So that could be some kind of violent or secret event being exposed or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it'll be shown that somehow Bill Clinton was involved inside of something. I don't know. Maybe it's going to be exposed around that time. I don't know. So next, moving on. And a reminder is that for the dates of... let me just finish up with the Mercury retrograde. The Mercury conjoining Mars inside the sky. So it's going to happen again. Transit Mercury in the sky is going to conjoin transit Mars inside the sky on April 20th, 2026. And pretty much, is that the last time? That's the last time it's going to happen. And see, days later on April the 26th, 2026, transit Uranus in the sky will change signs from, it's going to go from Taurus into the sign of Gemini. And that transit Uranus being inside of the sign of Gemini deals with civil wars or wars in regards to the United States. I'm trying to see, is there anything else that's coming up in April in regards to anybody? On April 8th, 2026 for Hillary Clinton, her progress moon will conjoin her natal midheaven, and that could just mean that there's going to be a major focus on her career and her. If you think of Hillary Clinton, you think of Bill Clinton, and if you think of Bill Clinton, you think of Monica Lewinsky. So, anyway, and so after April 26th, 2026, like I said, that deals with you just wars in regards to the United States or civil wars. So after that, that's when Bill Clinton he goes through some serious astrology. On May the 4th, 2026, for Bill Clinton, his progress moon was sextile his natal nodes. And the last time this happened was on November 24th, 1998. And that was 20 days before the 1998 impeachment. The next astrology that I'm looking at is on a date of May 16th, 2026 for Bill Clinton. And that's where Bill Clinton's progressed Venus conjoins his progressed Mars. It's a fated angering event for his social circles. So something happens that makes his partners angry. Let's see here. On May the 21st, or the 25th, 2026, for Donald Trump, his progressed Venus will conjoin his progressed Jupiter. It's a fated lucky event for his circles. So maybe Donald Trump will be exonerated around this time. Because Bill Clinton, he's having bad astrology, fated bad astrology. These are slow moving planets in regards to progressed Venus. It's not that slow moving, but it's slower moving than the moon. Anyway. And then so moving on, so again, Donald Trump could possibly be exonerated around late May. Okay, so on May 27, 2026 for Bill Clinton, his progressed Mercury was sextile his natal Mars. It's fated angering news. So, yeah. And then so on June the 12th, and this one I'll stop at, for Hillary Clinton, her progressed moon was sextile progressed Jupiter. And she gets lucky for some reason. I don't understand why. So, yeah. I want to end it there. I forgot what my overall point was. I think I was trying to make this a funny video. So let me pause. Anyway, I think I was trying to make this video a funny, short video, but it's already I'm 17 minutes in, and I've stuttered and messed up so much. So sorry, but at least I got to the point quickly. But I can only imagine Prince Andrew inside this prison or this jail cell saying, "I'm not going down alone. I'm not going down alone. I'm not gonna be sitting here eating bologna sandwiches for the rest of my life. I'm 66 years old," and they locked him up on his birthday apparently, and it's his 66th birthday. I'll talk about a satanic number. And they're already talking. There are rumors. I haven't seen all the Epstein files and stuff. I haven't even looked at them because it's like I'm burnt out. The astrology of the situation is already enough. So trying to watch this stuff and keep up with it is just insane. So let me pause. Okay, so my point. Pretty much, when transit Saturn in the sky conjoins transit Neptune inside the sky tomorrow on the 20th, that's when some more information could probably, and it's probably fated because it's these are two very slow moving planets in the sky, and pretty much they deal with generational changes. Anyway, so that's what I'm saying. That this man, Prince, they're gonna probably have Prince Andrew singing like a dog and canary, like him. He'll probably dance with too. Him. Like I'm gonna post a Thriller. I'm gonna post the Michael Jackson video Thriller tomorrow. with a caption tomorrow. I was planning on making a video tomorrow, but this news broke today. And the reason why I made this video today was because I woke up. And so I looked at YouTube and I thought I saw a video with Dan Bongino saying who is one of the he's one of the ex FBI heads, Dan Bongino. But I saw he has his own YouTube channel. Well, he has his own online show. I think it's on Rumble. But he's also on YouTube, but I think he's not going to upload on YouTube that much more anymore. Anyway, So I was on YouTube, and so I saw a video. I thought I saw a video where I saw Dan Bongino's face, and it said that Prince Andrew has been arrested. That's what I thought I saw, but I was like, no, this man has been arrested. So I Googled it, and I was like, no, it showed that he was just arrested. So I went back to try to find a video where I thought I saw a video of Dan Bongino saying this. I couldn't find a video, and I'm like, I am not schizophrenic. I'm crazy. I'm not schizophrenic. Look, if I wish I was crazy. I wish I had some kind of debilitation or whatever. I mean, give me that check now. I mean, but I mean, like that check is. I will already look into it. they don't make that much money, so it's like, you know, it's not even worth trying to pretend to be like this, just like crazy and shit. And even if I tried to doggone do this stuff or whatever, with my luck, I'll probably go to this what do you call these things? 3 pause. So with my luck, I'll probably try to go to one of these medical evaluations, and like I'm like, look, I'm trying to act crazy, like or looking through my nose or whatever, or doing some crazy stuff, or just through my lips or something like that, trying to pretend like I'm crazy, and shit might just start levitating. I am not joking. Every time I try to suffer and not do astrology, some crazy stuff happens. So, like I'll probably doggone had it that examiner looking inside the mirror, and the damn mirror might crack, or a glass jar might start dead levitating, and the shit might fall on the table and break. Anyway, what was my point? I was looking at this phone, and I could have sworn that I saw a video by Dan Bongino saying that Prince Andrew has been arrested. But I would try to go back and try to find a video, and I couldn't find it. And so I was like, okay, I'm making a video there. I mean, again, let me remind you, all the way back on, I believe December 2nd, 2025, I was in my room doing some research, right? Anyway, I looked at my I looked at my phone. I saw a tweet from Dan Bongino. But it's, you know, with Twitter, you just get updates in regards to people that you're subscribed to or whatever, or that you're following. And so I clicked on this video of Dan Bongino, and it was like an email. It was talking about some emails or whatever. And keep in mind, I have 3 different phones. Like 2 phones are off. 2 phones are off. And I have 1 phone that's on, but it doesn't have unlimited data. So I rely on Wi-Fi. But either way, all the other 2 phones were off Wi-Fi. And for some reason, one of my other phones started talking. And it had no service. And it said, I cannot be silent anymore. And this is like on December 2nd, 2025. Days later, on December 4th, 2025, that's when I think Dan Bongino, and he announced that they had caught the pipe bomber. That was December 4th, 2025. But also apparently December 4th, 2025 was Dan Bongino's birthday, mind you. So he's the Sagittarius, I think, right? Anyway. So I think it was announced like 10 days later that Dan Bongino, he's going to step down from his position at the FBI, and he was going to go back to his show, the Dan Bongino show or whatever. So back to present. This morning when I was looking on YouTube, and I could have sworn I saw this video by Dan Bongino that said pretty much Prince Andrew has been arrested. I was like, you know what? Let me just go make this video now, because who knows, something big might go down. Because even looking at the astrology, transit Saturn in the side of the sky and transit Neptune in the side of the sky is going to conjoin on tomorrow, the 20th. Not only that, on February the 23rd and February 24th, Hillary Clinton, she's going to have some serious astrology going on where her progressed moon is going to oppose her progressed Mars. No, it's going to oppose her natal Mars, but it's also going to oppose her progressed Pluto around the same day. It's on February 23rd and the 24th. That's a big deal. The last time this happened, let me pause a second. So I'm going to repeat myself from my previous videos, but it said the last time this happened was the last time Hillary Clinton's progressed moon opposed her natal Mars was on November 14th, 1998, and that was 35 days before Bill Clinton's impeachment proceedings. And it could be an investigation or deliberating and the processing of the articles of impeachment. Regardless, it could be a violent or angering event. And a reminder For Hillary Clinton, her progressed moon made a quincunx to her progressed Mars on January 19th, 1998. And that's when Hillary Clinton, it was around the time that Hillary Clinton had an interview with Matt Lauer. And that happened on January 27th, 1998. But also on January 26th, 1998, Bill Clinton, he came out and said that he did not have sexual relations with that woman, or Monica Lewinsky. Let's see here. So this aspect of Hillary Clinton's progressed moon making a quincunx to her progressed Mars, it happened again on July 30th, 2025. And that's when Ghislaine Maxwell was interviewed by the FBI. But also there's apparently announced that there was alleged proof of interference in the 2016 election interference. Understand that, because I probably sound understand that your progressed moon it makes aspects to 2.2 let me pause a second. Okay, so understand that you have what is called your natal Mars and your progressed Mars. You also have your progressed moon, which does not move inside of your... So your progressed Mars, it moves inside of your progressed chart. Your natal Mars does not move. That's why I call it the natal Mars. You have a natal moon as well, but you also have your progressed moon. And the most important... I'm not going to get into the specifics. Anyway, so when I say that there was an event that happened all the way back on January 19th, 1998, that's when her progressed moon made an aspect to Hillary Clinton's natal Mars. But also there's also her progressed Mars that would be aspected by her progressed moon as well. And that happened on Jesus Christ. Let me pause. Let me just blow through this real quick because it's not important. It's just to explain to people who don't understand astrology. But okay, so because I'm repeating myself, and I know I repeat myself this time. But her progressed moon made an aspect to her natal Mars on November 14th, 1998. And so so her progressed moon made an aspect to her progressed Mars on January 19th, 1998. Okay. Moving on. Moving on. Now, on February 24th, 2026. I forgot what I was trying to say. There's so much information. Pause. I'm just going to get to the point. Pretty much, because I lost my train of thought, and I can't go back and see what I said. Anyway, ever since transit Saturn has entered Aries, and that was on February 13th, 2026. And that was Friday, February 13th, 2026. If you want to be superstitious or whatever. Bill Clinton is basically fucked. And this astrology does not end until July the 20th, 2026. That's just that. So I'm going to pause for a second. I want to try to make this video a little bit funnier. So let me pause. Because I know people get sick of the astrology, and I just lost my complete train of thought. I know I just messed up, but whatever. I'm sorry. There's a lot of information. Pause. So I think I'll go back to what I was talking about in regards to just this YouTube post that I thought I saw where Dan Bongino, he said that Prince Andrew has been arrested. Maybe I saw maybe I saw a video of Dan Bongino in one of his shorts, and below it was cut off so that it showed like Prince Andrew has been arrested. I don't know, but I was like, it threw me for a loop. I'm like, look, I'm not gonna say I wish I wish I could get paid for being schizophrenic. Well, yeah, I don't want to be schizophrenic, and I'm not schizophrenic or have any. I'm the most I try to be the most logical person that I can be, but when you have crazy stuff that's happening inside of your life, it forces you to look into like just this stuff, astrology, and see. Again, I never wanted to be an astrologer. I had this friend. Well, I have this friend, but I haven't talked to him in a while. He's into a lot of stuff, spiritual stuff, and he told me, you're going to be inside of the spiritual field, and I'm like, not this one, not me. And so, because I was trying to go work at the cell phone company. Well, at first I was trying to do video games, but my college situation got messed up because of a relationship or whatever. And then, but it was a blessing in disguise because it made it so that I wouldn't be stuck having student loan debts for the rest of my life. But anyway, so then I said, okay, I want to do cell phones or whatever. I want to try to work at Verizon. And then my situation got messed up there. And so Then I tried to do temp jobs or whatever, and like I just kept getting fired. And the only thing that worked, the only thing that would work was me trying to do astrology. That's the only thing I could. That's the only thing that I can consistently do. I never chose like it. I guess astrology found me through me trying to figure out a way to beat the lottery. And so, at first, you don't look you. At first, how you say this? Impulse. So at first, I just talk about my experience. At first, I just started seeing like patterns, like when there's like a trine in the sky with the big planets or whatever. It's like that's when people will just be going crazy at work. Like, and also I believe like one of my relatives, they ended up having a major argument with their spouses like that. And this it was a fire trine. I think he's a Leo. And so I was like, huh, that's interesting. And then so there was this major square inside of the sky that I saw looking at the astrology. And it was a I forgot it included I believe it included all the fixed signs or whatever. And it's like I was irritated that day. Another relative who was a Aquarius, she was pissed that day. And some other people were upset too. And I'm like, so I just started looking at these days, and I learned astrology from scratch, just trying to learn how to beat the lottery. And so I think at the time I was using, well, I'm not going to call any names. I was trying to find the best astrology software that gave me the exact moment when things would align, so that I would know the exact time to buy maybe a lottery ticket and possibly win. And so I went up and down with going to multiple websites or whatever, and I wound up at AstroSeek. And so when I first saw the software, I was like, this stuff. I thought it was you had to pay for it, but no, apparently it was free. And so because the website was so polished that I was like, wow, this is exactly what I needed. And I was like, this is free. But anyway, I still never made an account. And then I think one day I saw in like a caption that said, create an account for free. And I'm like, okay, I'm creating an account now. And I think that was on, it was July 5th, 2018. Well, no. Yeah, that was 2018, right? Yeah. Let me pause a second. So yeah, I made my account, or I created my account on July 5th, 2018. Weirdly enough, though, on July the 5th, 2025, that's when this whole situation in regards to Bill Clinton seemingly started. That was July 5th, 2025. That's when first of all, Bill Clinton, his progressed moon made an opposition to, I believe, it's the Senate. And that's when the DOJ, they came out and said that Epstein did in fact kill himself, and that Epstein did not have a client list. And so keep in mind, so if you subtract 2025 from 2018, you get the number 7. And that's a Saturn square cycle, I believe, right? Right? Pause a second. So yes, that's a Saturn square cycle. So go figure. What that means is that pretty much July 5th was a very important event. Anyway, let me pause another second because I need to get my thoughts back together because I keep finding out new information. Well, let me continue. Pretty much, Peter 9. In my previous videos, I did say that I had 2017 was a very, very bad year for me. I lost my job, I believe, on April the 11th or the 15th, 2017. Not only that, I think that anyway. So on May the 2nd, May the 26th, 2017, I had to pick up my friend from the psych ward because apparently she was trying to commit suicide. And that was also my birthday, April 26th, 2017. And so on the same day of me driving her home on April 26th, 2017, I get a phone call from the unemployment office because and so she's in the passenger seat just listening to this conversation. And I'm on the phone. It was like, yeah, this happened, and this happened, this happened. And then so she's like, so you think you're gonna get your unemployment? And I said I better, because keep in mind, I was in sales. I was working in sales, and my manager, who was also, he was still in my sales, and I was like, anyway, things when you do sales, things can get vicious. And so I'm gonna leave it at that. But anyway, so I told her, yeah, I better get my unemployment. So anyway, so that was April 26, 2017. On May the 2nd, 2017, I ended up seeing that my unemployment process had went through, and I was going to get my unemployment. However, on May the 5th, my best friend committed suicide. I found a body on May the 6th, 2017. But also, I broke up with my ex on May the 6th, 2017, out of despair of that entire situation. But kind of found out months later, I was told months later that on the same day of May 6th, or it's either May 5th or May 6th, 2017, that another friend from a job that I worked at, she also died due to a blood clot. But my point was that Peter 9, he created this AstroSeek on May the 7th, 2017. All these dates converged. And so that was my point in regards to Peter 9. And this entire situation made crazy. So I wish that I was I'm not gonna say I wish I was schizophrenic, and I wish that I can get paid for this story. This mentality. Or these situations. It's going through this shit, not having nothing to show for it, except for maybe so let me get it in pause. So except for maybe an adult toy with the same dimensions as Bill Clinton's a reported anatomy. If you don't get this joke, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna go back over it again. This is my old videos. I probably sound crazy as shit now for real, because I'm not explaining the situation. But there's an adult toy inside this bag, and there's a story behind it. Just look at my Christmas Day video or whatever. So I wish I could get paid for all these crazy situations that I found myself inside of. It's funny. You try to be at home. You try to be at home because your life is just so crazy. And it's like stuff just finds you. And you want to stuff and try to go and do something else. But it's like every time you try to do anything else besides astrology, something crazy happens. So, something blocks me. So anyway. So I guess since I made this video today, I'm not going to make a video tomorrow. Which I was planning on doing, but we already see that Prince Andrew, he's now probably inside of jail. And he's going to probably start snitching on everybody. So I'm going to repeat myself. So I'm going to grab these 2 tarot cards real quick and I'm going to call it a day. Can you pause for a second? Okay, I got the tarot cards, but you know what? I want to retell this story too. So basically, the story of these tarot cards, I've said it multiple times, but I keep on forgetting to show the pictures. So in the previous video, anyway, I want you to tell the story. Around October 23rd, 2025, I was online and I saw this tarot card. And I pretty much, what intrigued me about it was that I was like, are those coffins at the bottom of this picture right here? I don't know if you can see without yeah, okay. So I was like, are those coffins? And I'm like, for some reason, I was just so intrigued by the fact that those were coffins. And the card is called Judgment. Now, at the top, it says the number 20, Judgment. But being that this is the 21st card, out of the major arcana, the first card is the Fool, but it's labeled as 0. The number 0. Anyway, when I saw those coffins at the bottom of that card, I was just compelled by it. I was like, I want to buy me some tarot cards. And so I researched them, and yeah. But so I was broke. I'm always broke. But anyway, so I was broke, but I did these odd end jobs around the neighborhood or whatever. And so I wound up with some money. with some of this money, I end up with the $20 bill that apparently has some witchcraft symbols on it, and I keep forgetting to show it. Let me make sure there ain't no pornos on this phone. But anyway, so this is the $20 bill that I took a picture of. This is the date shown on it. Yes, the date shown at the bottom, October 23rd. This is the exact time that, well, can I pull this? So the exact time I purchased the tarot cards was around this time. So let's see here. So this is the $20 bill with the witchcraft symbol on it. Let me go back to that as a plus sign in the front. So that's what I'm saying. I wish, and then see, I didn't draw that on there. I had the $20. Somebody gave me this $20 bill scrunched up, and I just put it in my pocket. I'm like, okay, cool, $20 bill, $20, whatever. Well, it was more than that, but a lot more than that. But I'm like, okay, $20 in my pocket, whatever. Get to the store. I'm gonna buy me a Amazon gift card or whatever, so I can just go ahead and just buy the stuff and have it. I pulled this damn $20 bill out and put it on the counter. I mean, I pull it out and I open it up because it's scrunched up, and I'm like, and I'm like, what is this? And see, if I took those pictures with an older phone that doesn't have a good camera, because I wish I would have got a better picture of that situation. But anyway, so the cashier looked at me, and she said, "Did you draw that on there?" I said, "No, no." But no, I didn't. So I had to pull the only because I think I was uploading a video off of this phone right here that I'm recording with on YouTube. Let me pause. Okay, apparently somebody was shooting out there, so I'm trying to set up and pause real quick to make sure my battery doesn't die. So give me 1 second. Okay, apparently I do have plenty of battery life. I'm at 60% now. Anyway, so I forgot why I stopped at. Me being crazy. Anyway, oh yeah, in regards to the gunshots, whatever. I live inside the country. We shoot out here, pretty much. We target practice out here, but then again, there's some family drama going on. So, yeah. But apparently there was probably a neighbor or something like that target practicing, whatever. Anyway, let me pause a second to get my lore back or my thoughts back together. Pause. So anyway, what I think I was saying was pretty much those witchcraft symbols on this $20 bill. If I'm yeah. But those witchcraft symbols on this $20 bill, I wish that I was schizophrenic, or no, I wish that I was getting paid for pretending to be schizophrenic or whatever. But people on disability don't make that much money. Anyway, this judgment card, I was compelled to buy the tarot deck because I saw these coffins at the bottom of this card or whatever. And so I forgot my point. I hate that they messed up my doggone mindset. Damn it. Anyway, let me pause for a second. I got plenty of battery life, so I don't have to worry about that. So let me pause for another second. This is gonna probably just be a horrible video. I've messed up so much, but who knows? Maybe somebody might think that this is real compared to like what has come with the AI apocalypse and like everything just being so perfect that it's like and fake and perfect. That they want to see somebody that's just goofy and stupid, and they're just messing up in these little minute messing up. Anyway, give me a second to get my thoughts back together because that threw me for a whole loop in regards to. Anyway, I'm gonna pause. What I think is I'm going to end it right here. I want to pull out the second tarot card that I keep on always referring to in regards to the Clintons. Pretty much this year, they're about to go through hell. And I keep on talking about this tower card in regards to the Clintons. And you see a king right there and a queen falling out of this tower. So, yeah. That's how I imagine the Clintons are, what they're going through right now. And you see the crown at the top. This fiery crown just toppling. It's over. Anyway, that should be enough stuff. I mean, I was trying to say some goofy. No, I was supposed to be talking about the tweets I made. So let me pause a second to get that. But I mean, I know I missed like something else that I was supposed to be talking about in regards to the judgment card or whatever. But there are so many synchronicities that have happened inside of my life in regards to just me doing astrology. I never in my life thought that I'll be doing astrology. Never. And I mean, I always want to get this corporate job. I always want to go not always to the top. I never really wanted to be the manager or the owner. I just want to be a good worker and like just make enough money, make a lot of money, and just look good. That's pretty much it, and eat good. I never wanted to be at the top. I never did. But it's like my karma is pretty much I'm going to be at the house, but I'm going to be not at the house. I'm not going to be at the top, but I'm going to have the remnants in the past karmic remains of being at the top, the thoughts, the embodiment of it. Because somebody would look at me and probably like, you should be like a corporate man, and you should be an owner or something. I'm like, I'm the owner of. I don't even know. Anyway, but I have, and if you don't understand it, I have Ketu inside of the 10th house and Rahu inside of the 1st house. I mean, Ketu inside of the 10th house and Rahu inside of the 4th house. And if you want to look at things the other way, Donald Trump has Rahu inside of the 10th house and he has Ketu inside of the 4th house. So the 10th house with me having Ketu there, it means it's a loss of status and it's a loss of being at the as a matter of fact, I have Ketu inside of Leo, as a matter of fact. I think Donald Trump has Rahu inside of Leo as well, right? Or is it Gemini? No, he has Rahu inside of Gemini. Right, yeah. I'm not going to go back and look at that. I'll figure out later on. But either way, it means that with Ketu there, it's a loss of status, a loss of ego for me because it's Leo. Leo means the ego. And with Rahu inside of the 4th house, it's a focus on the collective and people, and it's a focus also on home and your home environments and your security, emotional security, physical security, etc. But Donald Trump is the opposite. He has to let go of no, Donald Trump has Rahu inside of Taurus. Let me pause and get the correct lore because I'm like, look, I don't want to mess this up and I'm tired. Like, it's so much information. There's some family drama going on. There's apparently I thought, yeah, but it's not going on now. Well, it is going on now, but it's not going on now. Anyway, this is a whole nother story. Anyway, then also, there's so much information in regards to this astrology. And then also you have the Epstein situation, and you also have this new Prince Andrew situation that's going on. And then I'm also interested in Resident Evil 9. I'm trying to sit up and watch the leaks of the other video game, and the leaks are crazy. That's gonna be an awesome game when it comes out. And I'm like, dang, release it now. But anyway, so there's so much stuff that's going on. Then there's like the move Scream 7. It's gonna come out on the 20th. So Resident Evil 9 comes out on the 27th of February, 2026. But also Scream 7 comes out on the 27th of February, 2026. But also Bill Clinton, he's subpoenaed to testify on February 27th, 2026. Anyway, so it's so much stuff that's going down that it's like, so it's kind of hard to just to keep everything together and be cohesive, if you understand it. Man. Let me pause. Okay, let me go back a little bit, but in regards to Donald Trump having Rahu inside of the 10th house and Ketu inside of the 4th house, right? Basically, and he has, basically, Donald Trump is forced to go to the top. He has to let go of home and stuff like that, and the chaos and stuff that goes on. Because I think he has Ketu inside of Scorpio and Rahu inside of Taurus. So he has to focus on money, making money, but also having huge status as well too. Rahu inside of Taurus, I believe. Let me double check and make sure, because I think that's what I was trying to go and get that. But I was trying to also go and get my Twitter feed as well. The internet here sucks, so I'm working on Wi-Fi and I got to go and maneuver a little bit to get what needs to get. Anyway, let me pause a second. Hold on a second. Okay. Sorry for the sweating. I live on roughly about like a lot of acres. Like what? a lot of acres. You can. I had to walk a mile with my rifle and my pistol just to check on things and see what the fuck was going on. Anyway, so Donald Trump has his Rahu's inside of Gemini, not Taurus, and so that means that he could focus on information and communication. And it's conjunct his Sun, so there's a major influence on his ego as well too, and it's something shocking in regards to information, his status, and his ego as well too. So I'm thinking about Bill Clinton. I think Bill Clinton had some aspects here as well. But anyway, I'm gonna move on from that. I want to talk about my tweets, and I want to talk. I think I was talking about before I got interrupted with the gunshots about what led me to astrology and like all the craziness that happened. Maybe it's not meant for me to talk about it right now because of that situation. I don't know. But anyway, I guess I want to talk about this one other tweet that I posted. And they're shooting again. Let me try to finish this up. This is not on the property. Anyway. So, I posted this on... Oh, God. The internet here is, like, messed up. Let me pause a second. Okay, I guess I'm back now. I got reconnected. I hope these bitches get a squib. Anyway, if you don't know what a squib is, it means that your bullet gets lodged inside your gun and like pretty much your barrel can explode or whatever. But anyway, moving on. So it's pissing me off. So this post I made in regards to Resident Evil Requiem. I said I can't wait until February 27, 2026. And this Resident Evil Requiem, they had this little short movie in regards to Resident Evil Requiem. And they have a caption, Eva's always had a name. And again, sorry for the sweating. I had to sit and walk this entire property to sit and figure out what was going on. And apparently they're over their target price. They're probably target price, I don't know. But as long as they're not on this property, you can't do anything about it. Anyway, but I had to figure out what was going on because I'm like, now, of all times. Anyway. But, so they had this caption, Eva's always had a name. Return to where it all ended and experience Resident Evil's newest nightmare on February 27th, 2026. Keep in mind that Bill Clinton is subpoenaed to testify on this day, February 27th, 2026. So I retweeted this post from Resident Evil. And I said, Resident Evil Requiem, or 9, 3 plus 3 plus 3. Iceblu333, my name. Anyway, I can't wait until February 27th, 2026. Evil has always had a name. Is the name Clinton by any chance? Again, Resident Evil 2, its game release, and the Bill Clinton Lewinsky scandal happened in January 1998. It happened specifically on the Resident Evil 2 was released on January 21st, 1998, and Bill Clinton claimed to have sexual relations with Monica Lewinsky on January 26th, 1998. So I said similar things are happening now. And there's a major influence on those themes now because transit Saturn has entered Aries. Okay. So let's see here. It's probably not going to let me load anything else, right? Okay, that's pretty much it. I also posted that on February 26, 2026, transit Mercury is going to station and begin a retrograde. And the Clintons are subpoenaed to testify around this date. It's possibly a relook into the Epstein investigation and it leads to the new information involving the Clintons. It's the same astrology as the Lewinsky scandal. Anyway, I'm tired now. I'm trying to end this at 55 minutes. Let me see if there's anything else I'm missing. I mean, there is, but I'm like, I got distracted. And I was already stuttering and stuff, so I couldn't say what I really want. I couldn't stay on topic. So I apologize. But who knows? Somebody might go back and watch this video and be like, you know, like we like we like you when you're messing up. Because I think I'm just the pure astrology is pure boring, and I understand it. If all the way back in 2018, if I had to listen to people just talk about numbers and stuff, I would have never gotten as good as I am right now. But I wanted to win the lottery, and that's the reason why I researched as much as I did. So that's just that. I think I'm gonna call it quits here for now. We'll see what comes up tomorrow on the 20th of February. Bye for now.